What is going on, everyone? Hope you are doing well. Welcome to the channel, and today, well, we are going to address all your guys' question. We're going to film a couples Q&A, but first,
let's get some wine.
Let's get some wine. Let's do this. So those questions are in no particular order. Those are the questions that you guys asked us through YouTube and Instagram. So we're just gonna pick some and answer them, but we're gonna keep the most popular one for the end. So you gotta stay until the end, obviously.
Okay, so our first question, this is from Lucas LW1999. It says, do you want kids? If yes, would you guys make them in Africa? So definitely want kids.
We do.
Probably like two.
Yes!
As for having them in Africa, I'm not sure.
Probably not, mainly because like we're planning on staying here about 2 to 4 years. We're not sure yet, but we want time for ourselves. We want to travel. We want to see stuff, and with a very young kid, it's really not ideal. We want to travel. We want to see Africa, so probably not. Yeah,
there's still like a lot of things that we want to do, so it doesn't mean you can't travel without kids. Like, there's a lot of people who do.
Yeah.
But to be honest, I don't think we're ready for that to change quite that yet.
Yes. We like us.
Yeah. But yes, we do want kids.
So the next question from _joy_.a. What Kenyan food have we had? So far we have ciabatta, the flat bread thing. Like it's like super good.
Very good. We had it with. It was just at a restaurant. We had it with like chicken I don't know. Anyways, it was phenomenal.
Sorry about that.
We're still learning.
We're just starting to explore restaurants and local cuisine and stuff. Yeah. We are foodies. We love food. We want to try all the Kenyan foods, but we just didn't really start yet. But it's coming. And
honestly, the biggest thing I noticed here, because when we were stuck in quarantine, your guys' fruit. Oh,
fruits and vegetables. Goodness. So good, so fresh.
Like pineapple literally tastes like a pina colada. Yeah. And like, what else? Oh, the avocados are massive.
So good. Like, yeah, fruits and veggies are like 10 times better than back in Canada.
Yeah, way more flavor. Yeah. So the next one is from Ryan.Ayub, A-U-A-Y-U-B. Anyway, is Nairobi all you expected it to be? And I'm gonna say ish on this. I'll kind of explain in my blog that's gonna come out too, is it is in a good way. I did not expect all of the vegetation and the flowers and just the lushness of it. I expected it to be either deserty or like, if you kind of Google Nairobi, there's a lot of city skyscraper in pictures.
Everything we knew about Nairobi was pretty much from like Google image. So basically, like when you go on Google and you Google Nairobi, just do it right now, you'll see it's mainly like skyscrapers, lots of cars, road, and it looks like the downtown of a big city, and not much else. So when we first arrived and saw all the trees and like it's so much more than what Google shows you. So much more. Yeah. In a good way.
Oh, absolutely. Like our backyard, when we first pulled in, I was blown away just to see like all the different types of flowers and everything. Like they're just kind of in the wild, if that makes sense. But when you're in Canada, you'll notice it's more so just trees, not a whole bunch of wild flowers. Yeah. Well, here they just are there. Yeah. And it's beautiful.
Yeah. So Nairobi, beautiful.
Yes.
Next question from Cheryl_Kemuntos. Sorry if I don't pronounce it right. What are the challenges you have faced so far? Traffic. Nairobi, like I'm originally from Montreal. There's a lot of traffic there, and I drove in a lot of countries around the world, but Nairobi traffic is next level. So you don't be in a hurry to go anywhere, because you're not going anywhere.
Other challenges, honestly, I would say just moving to a new place in general. Trying to
in a new country.
Yeah, seriously, like trying to figure out your own routine. And you have to remember too, we're coming from Canada, where I just feel like it's not that it's not easy to go places here, but it's different. Like if I was bored at home, I'd just go to the mall. Like we lived right downtown Halifax, so I was very close to everything, and I still do feel that closeness to some of the malls, but it's different. You're trying to find your way around, you're trying to explore, and you don't know how yet. You're away from your friends and family, so you're trying to navigate that too and meet new people. So it's
that is definitely another challenge, is kind of being alone. It's just us two, right? We kind of have to rely on each other way more than back in Canada, because there's no friends and families. There's no friends yet. We'll make friends here, I'm sure.
Couple,
But yeah, that would definitely be one of the challenge for sure.
Yeah. And sappy side note, I know it's just us, but I feel like it's kind of brought us closer already. Like,
yeah, that's true. It's true, because we have to rely on each other all the time.
I feel like it either makes or breaks, and for us, it's making it.
So far, so good.
So the next one is from Wescombe. How long will you be in Kenya?
Probably like we answered that question multiple times. Like we don't even know.
We don't.
We are not here as tourists.
No.
We live here, so we will be here for sure for at least, I'd say 2 to 4 years.
Yeah.
Something like that.
And depending,
we'll go from there.
Yeah, exactly. Like we don't know what the future holds.
Yeah.
But
we're not going anywhere anytime soon. Like it's fantastic here.
I think our plan so far right now, I would say more on the 4-year side. And then reevaluate, but we'll go from there.
Yeah.
So this one here is a little bit of a repeat, but kind of the same thing. Blake_64, how's the experience so far in Kenya? Like we said,
great.
Yeah.
I really like it.
Yeah, it's had its challenges. It's different than we expected, but ultimately we don't even have a vehicle yet or anything, and I already love it. Like, even just sitting outside and having my coffee outside.
You guys need to understand that for us, the weather here is phenomenal.
Yes.
People are like, Kenyans think that like, when it's like
now?
17, 18, it's kind of cold outside, but not compared to Canada. Right now in Canada, it's much colder, and winter is coming, and winter ain't coming here.
No.
So I am so pumped about not seeing snow for a few years. That makes me happy more than anything.
Yeah.
Next question from The Lost Roads. Were there other countries you had considered moving to as well before choosing Kenya? I'm very interested about Asia as well. I think that especially Japanese culture is something I really want to see and experience.
Yeah.
We also talked about Europe.
I think when it came right down to it, for Europe, we have already traveled in Europe.
Yeah.
This one doesn't really apply to Japan though.
No.
But Africa is one of those, I feel like when you're coming from Canada, when you think of Africa, it's so far out there that we kind of just said, why not?
Yeah.
And said, let's go.
Here we are.
Refill time. Thank you.
There you go.
_Saeed. How much does it cost to stay at the Draft Manor?
Yeah, for everyone who didn't see that video, I'm gonna link it down below. It's pretty good. I highly recommend it. Yes, the Draft Manor is extremely expensive, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But if you look online, there's no specific price right now because of the pandemic. There's also 2 types of rate. There's like the tourist rate and there's the resident rate, and because we live here, we're lucky enough to pay the resident rate, which, to be honest, at this time is probably close to like 65% off, and that's one of the main reasons why we went. That and because it was our anniversary.
Yeah. But also with COVID going on, we have heard rumor of it. Now we haven't had a ton of experience of it, but because Kenya, now I could be wrong in saying this, but from our understanding, it does run off tourism quite a bit as well. So with COVID, where the tourism isn't there, they're trying to get people, like every other country, to travel within their own country.
Yeah.
So I think some places actually have an extra discount because of COVID as an incentive for locals to go there as well. Yeah. So we kind of played off that, and yeah, I'm glad we did.
It was great. Go check out that video down below.
Okay, so I actually kind of like this question. This one is from John Kibbett. What does it take to have the courage to move out of a place you are fond of and to move to a new country where there are different cultures? We haven't really sat down fully introduced ourselves, but I am actually from a small town. When I moved to Halifax, I thought that was a major city. And not saying it's a bad thing, it's just like I thought that was city. So for me, moving from a small town, I didn't really think that I would ever move out of a country. And then when we had this opportunity, it was kind of the moment in my life that I just had to take a leap and do it.
Take the jump.
Yeah. That being said, ever since I've met David, he's really encouraged me to broaden my, what's the right
horizons.
word? Yeah, pretty much. And this is gonna sound totally cliche and everything, but he is my support system. So for me, it wasn't, no, but it wasn't as scary knowing I was gonna have him by my side because we're together.
Stronger together.
You're making this weird. But it means that like whatever we face, I truly do feel that we can face it together. So that took a big worry off. It wasn't like I was moving alone or anything like that. I still love home back in Halifax, and I don't know, maybe someday we'll still end up there. I don't know. But it's where my family is, and yours is still in Quebec, so it still has a piece of our hearts.
Yeah.
For sure.
To be honest, I was kind of raised into traveling.
Yeah.
My mom was working for a travel agency when I was a kid, so I've been traveling since as far as I can remember. So for me, traveling is life. I want to travel. I want to get out of my comfort zone, and this is exactly why we're in Africa right now.
Yes.
Now, a question from Paras.Bizavadias.
Nailed it.
Feliz Navidad. I don't know why I thought about that. Anyway, Feliz Navidad.
Okay, come on.
Where is your next trip to?
So we can take this
many.
in two different ways. When COVID lifts, probably Rwanda. Oh, but
The
Rwanda
gorillas.
or Zanzibar?
On my bucket, if I read my bucket list,
Rwanda.
the gorillas in Rwanda is very, very high on my bucket
Okay,
list.
fair.
So I think that's gonna be very high on our priority. But I mean,
Yeah.
Zanzibar looks amazing, like Tanzania.
I can't. Like those two places around Kenya are the two that we really want to explore when COVID.
I also want to see like South Africa. I want to see Africa. Like we never traveled within Africa before.
I feel like we never even really thought about it.
That's true. Like we've been to Europe, we've been to multiple states, but we never really we never traveled in Africa. So this is it. We're in Africa now. I want to see Africa. I don't want to go to Europe. I don't want to go to America. I want to see Africa. This is why we're here.
Agreed. As for where would be our next local trip?
I can't wait to go to the coast and Masamara.
Yeah. Oh, so that's the thing. Because we don't have a vehicle yet and we're still trying to figure things out, we haven't done a safari yet.
Can't wait.
So
that's gonna be exciting.
That's pretty high up there yet. But right now we're just kind of taking it like 1 week at a time. Little places around Nairobi, that type of thing. Karen's in Nairobi, no?
Yep.
Oh, okay. See, still trying to orient myself. Anyways. But yeah, we'll take it slowly.
My turn.
The next one is from Brian Jaden, which we kind of just touched on. When will we visit Masamara?
Soon. Soon
Don't know
for
when.
sure. We can't wait actually to go there. Apparently they have great safaris, amazing wildlife, so I'm very excited about that.
And a lot of you guys talked about the migration. We really wanted to see it, but from what we hear, we're too late. So hopefully next year we'll catch that for sure, or else we would have, but it was too rushed to plan everything.
Yeah, exactly.
With just getting settled.
But we'll be in Masamara soon anyway. From Caroline Muruji, I have no question, just want to say I love the two of you. Much love from Kenya. We love you too.
Thank you.
So Max McKenzie is basically asking us how it was to travel during a global pandemic. A nightmare. It was a nightmare.
Yeah.
It was very complicated, and I'm gonna link a video down below because we actually made a full video about how it was to travel during the pandemic. But long story short, it was very complicated. We had to book some COVID-19 tests just before leaving in a 96-hour window. Then during traveling, we had to wear mask and face shield the entire flight.
Yeah.
You know, nothing is open in the airport, so like, you know, even just grabbing food is kind of complicated. All the stores are closed. It's a very, very different process. And if you don't have to travel during the pandemic, then just wait, stay home, take a break, because it's a very complicated process. The only reason why we moved in Africa during the COVID-19 pandemic is because everything was ready for us. We've been planning this for a very, very long time, way before the pandemic even started back in March 2020. So yeah, we were just at that time that we had to move.
Like, so we were at his parents' place before we left. We actually flew out of Montreal. We left home in Nova Scotia, flew out of Montreal. There's a hilarious picture, and actually we should pop it up here if we can find it. It's David on the line with I don't know who, his stepdad on the line with I don't know who, and I was on the line with someone too, and it was all just trying to time out the
figuring out visas and passports and flights and extra luggages, and oh my god.
That was a bad day.
Yeah.
Okay, so this one's from Eric Guthage. What's the biggest culture shock you have experienced in Nairobi? What's the best experience so far other than the animals?
The giraffes.
Hey, other than the animals. The biggest culture shock, and honestly, I was waiting for a negative culture shock. And again, that was just my own perception, and I'm sorry for that. But honestly, I think it's that everyone is so friendly, and like one of our friends that we made,
people care.
Yeah.
Like, actually care here.
Like, what they said to us was like, we always thought Canadians were friendly. But no, Canadians are the most polite. Like, we say, hi, how are you? But then we keep on walking.
Yeah. We don't really care about how you are.
No. Like, you guys stop and say, hi, how are you? And you actually stop and wait for the response and genuinely listen for the response.
Yeah.
And I'm not used to that, and I love it. Like, it's like a community sense.
Yeah. Kenyans are very nice and very caring people. Very welcoming, like incredibly welcoming.
Yeah. The response that we got when we moved here was, I don't know, like so much better than we ever expected.
Yeah, for sure.
And I love it.
Yeah.
I love it here.
Yeah. We love Kenya.
Yes.
And Kenyans, you guys are great. Next question from Habib. For real, are you staying in a hotel or rent a house? Well, obviously, like right now we're renting a house because living in a hotel for like 2 to 4 years, that would be crazy expensive.
Yeah.
So no, we're renting a house.
So this is a question from Patrick. Which places do you plan to visit in Kenya? And do you plan to learn Swahili?
2 questions.
Yeah. For the first one, I'm sorry if I butcher the pronunciations of the places. Start off with some.
We want to go to Mombasa. I think that's a classic here in Kenya. Watamu seems very good. Apparently you can like swim with whale sharks. Can't wait to do that. Yeah. What else? Diani.
Masai obviously.
For sure.
We heard of Nakuru.
Yeah.
And Samburu? Sambora?
Something like that. I'm sure people in the comment section are gonna go like, you don't say that like that. It's this.
No, but I saw some pictures of it, and I think it's more on like the safari side of things, if I'm remembering this correctly.
We want to do lots of stuff.
But anyways, honestly, at this point, we just want to travel around Kenya in general. The second part, do you plan on to learn Swahili?
Yes.
As best as can?
Oh yeah, we'll do our best. But for now, Hakuna Matata.
Asante and Caribou.
Slowly but surely.
Right? So this is from Sarah Justice. Not a question, but you are a beautiful couple, and I see the happiness you both want to experience and share with the world. Enjoy Motherland. It's a place you will remember the rest of your life. God bless you both.
Thank you so much, Sarah.
Thank you,
That's
Sarah.
nice.
It is very nice.
A very good question from Tommy Dondre. Have you noticed something different in terms of viewers and subscribers while in Kenya? Yes. Our channel started to grow extremely fast since we arrived in Kenya and posting videos about Kenya. Right now, like I'd say just under 50% of our subscribers are Kenyan. So thank you so much, Kenya.
And everyone just seems like truly happy to subscribe and follow along. Like, you guys just have knowledge you want to share with us and support us. And again, back to the culture thing. thank you.
Yeah.
We're not used to that.
Yeah, it's been great, and we will do our best to showcase Kenya as best as we can to the rest of the world, because everyone needs to know about this amazing country.
Absolutely. Okay, so this one's from Ivy Kanyava. What can you tell people about chasing their dreams? We are big Disney fans.
Huge Disney fans. Love it.
And one of my favorite quotes from Walt Disney is, all your dreams can come true if you have the courage to pursue them. It's not easy to take the leap to go through. It's scary as heck. Even through this entire process, I have had many breakdowns of just crying and being like, there's no way this is gonna happen. Like, it's too far, that type of thing. And you just have to stick with it. And in that moment, it's hard to stick with it, but I don't know.
Yeah.
It's just...
Personally, like, I think that you only live once. You cannot say like, I'll do that in my next life. So you know what? If you want to experience something, you gotta take the jump and just do it.
Yeah.
And I really, really encourage you to do it. If you have any kind of, opportunity where you're like, oh, that's a little bit out of my comfort zone, just do it. Just do it.
Yeah. And don't let people tell you no. I know that's like cliche and everything, but seriously, even if they tell you no, okay, respect their opinion. Maybe their opinion has some type of challenge that you need to look for the future to overcome. But you just have to stick with it. Do your research, talk to other people, go from there. Yeah. See what you can do.
Okay, next question from Melanim Melekas. How old are you? I'm 30.
I'm 25.
Easy. Next question from Lil Acers. How did you meet? Great question. How did we meet?
Plenty of fish.
Yeah, so basically we met on a dating site because I'm originally from Montreal, and when I moved to Halifax, I didn't know nobody, and I didn't want to really go out on my own and try to meet someone. So yeah, we met on a dating app, and here we are.
Yup. 5 years ago.
It's 2020, it's fine. You can go out there, download Tinder and Plenty of Fish and Bumble and whatever.
Our parents definitely didn't know for a good
We didn't
year
tell
and
our
a half.
parents for a while, but...
Sorry, Mom, Dad.
Yeah, oops. Next question from Kiflux. Do you guys miss your BFF? We just want to know. Yes.
Yes.
Vince, I miss you.
Come see us, okay? Okay, so when we told you guys that we were doing this video, probably the #1 question, we received hundreds of people.
Yeah, so many questions, we're still shocked, thank you.
Yeah, but the #1 question that people kept asking is, why Kenya?
Yeah,
and
why
what
Kenya?
made us move here?
Why? Why did we pick Kenya? It's a good question. To be honest, guys, we were lucky in life, and we did travel quite a bit in America and also
Europe.
Yeah, Europe quite a bit. And when we decided to completely get out of our comfort zone and just leave Canada to go live somewhere else, yes, we could have went to, in the United States.
Yeah.
We could have went in Europe, in Italy, in Paris, in England or whatever, in Australia even. But it's kind of all the same. It's really similar to the way of life in Canada, what Canada looks like, and we wanted to leave Canada. So that's exactly what we did, and we decided to pick Africa in general because it's extremely different than Canada. And Kenya, to be honest, for me, because first there's a big city, Nairobi, with everything that you need, but there's also wildlife, culture,
Safaris,
amazing food, great people.
Yeah.
There's everything here.
Yeah. And one thing I have loved, so when we talked about leaving Canada, one thing that we mentioned is the monotony of the 9 to 5. Okay, yes, you still have that here a little bit, but not necessarily the monotony. But your guys' culture, I feel like, is so based off Hakuna Matata. So there's no rush.
Yeah. Enjoy life.
Yeah, everyone just kind of stops. If you're walking somewhere, or if you need, if you're going from point A to point B, well, then you stop and talk to people on the way, and nobody's mad that you're late, or 5 minutes late, or 10 minutes late there. Whereas back in Canada, I know for me personally, it's a big change because for me, I was late if I wasn't 10 minutes early.
Yeah.
So it really has made me kind of like slow down in life and just kind of appreciate what's around you, which is I think exactly what we are looking for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, like Kenyans, they can hustle. Like when they're going somewhere and they have business to do, they're really good at that. But at the same time, they're really good also at like taking time to take a break and just, you know, enjoy life. And we really, really appreciate that.
Yeah. The culture is definitely something that we have appreciated here so much. And I know we haven't even, like, we've only just touched the tip of the culture. So, thank you.
Yeah. And you guys are so welcoming. Like, we already feel at home here. We love it.
Like, we've responded to everyone's comments, and I get a couple comments being like, hey, they're responding to everyone. And I feel like I have to because you guys have taken the time out to welcome us to your country and say, oh, you'll love it here. Like, I miss home so much. And it made us feel almost more at home, if that makes sense, even though we've just got here. Yeah. So thank you for that. Yeah. So
we'll continue to answer all your questions as much as we can. In the last few weeks, we answered thousands of comments. We took turns
back and forth, not gonna lie.
But we appreciate it. Thank you so much.
We really do. So thank you so much, guys, for taking the time and asking us all the questions. I hope we kind of answered some as to why we moved here, what our experience has been so far. And again, we've only been here. Have we been here a month yet?
Just over a month.
Just a month,
we're
actually.
In the 5th week already. So if you guys have any other questions, then just ask them down below. We'll do our best to answer all your questions and all the comments as usual. Yeah. And then otherwise, well, we're gonna link the Giraffe Manor video down below as well.
And the traveling and
the traveling during the pandemic, because there was some questions about this. And if you guys are wondering where we are, that means you didn't see the video from last week. So check it out because this place is crazy. See you guys next time.